following is from a cooperative project for acquiring skills essential to learning.
I don't get it. Jack, Dave, and Ted had a square pizza for lunch because each boy ordered different ingredients. 1/3 of the pizza was covered with mushrooms, 1/3 with Italian sausage, and the remaining third was covered with
anchovies. If the pizza measured 30 centimeters on one side, what was the total area in square decimeters covered with Italian sausage? Now, in order to answer this question, in fact, all the questions that I've given you on your assignment, what is one of the first things you have to do? Alex?
I don't get it. Find what's missing?
No, not exactly. All the information you need is here. You just have to reshape it.
But how?
Expand it, Alex. There's more information here than you think. All right, class, remember this assignment is due on Monday morning.
More than you think. I just don't get it. All I have is the length in centimeters.
Hello? Sure. Yeah, I'll tell him for you. Bye-bye. Alex, that was Professor Pennington. Aren't you supposed to be working with the community carnival tonight?
I forgot. I'm late.
Thank you very much.
May I have your attention, please? The Barlow Street Carnival is about to close, but we'll be open tomorrow, same time, same place. Don't forget to visit Professor Pennington and watch his famous magic act. You will find it by the fortune-telling booth. Thank you.
Having problems, are you, Alex?
Oh, hi, Professor Pennington. I don't know. It seems like no one wants their fortune told. At least not by me.
You know, that's very odd. Last year, this booth was very successful. One of the more popular attractions in the carnival.
Maybe so, but I wasn't the fortune teller last year. Alice Smithers was.
Well, now, didn't Alice give you some tips about telling fortunes, huh?
No. She moved away before I had a chance to talk to her. And no one else has told me what I'm supposed to do.
I see.
Professor, maybe you should find someone else for this job. I mean, I don't know anything about fortune telling.
Aha, yes, I think I see what your problem is. You're wondering how you can reveal something to somebody when you think that you don't know anything at all about them in the first place, right?
I guess so.
You do know something about them.
I do?
Yes. Well, look here, Alex. Why don't you come over to my house tomorrow after lunch, and we'll try to get you ready for tomorrow evening. You know, Saturday night's always our biggest night, yeah? Agreed?
Okay, Professor. I'll be there. I just hope that everything goes all right.
You know, one of the most important requirements for a good fortune teller is the ability to expand upon a very small amount of information. And by expanding it, Alex, you make the most of it, you see.
But a fortune teller doesn't even have a small amount of information. Just a crystal ball, and that's full of glass. How can I expand something that isn't there?
Yes, well, now, we'll get to that later. But first, I want to show you something here that will help you better understand what we're talking about. If I can just put my finger on it. Aha! Yes, here it is. The amazing Count Philip Frederico. Ever heard of him?
No.
No. Not many people have. He was a master escape artist who performed some very interesting illusions. You know, like that other fellow.
The Great Houdini.
Houdini, yes, Houdini. Except, of course, the Count wasn't nearly so famous. Now, let me see here. Oh, yes. Here we are. Here he is, performing what was perhaps his greatest escape of all. Before every performance, his attendant would bind his hands with a leather thong and secure his feet into a wooden grate.
Wow, that's really incredible.
Once the Count was fully submerged, his attendant would place a curtained partition in front of the tank to conceal Frederico's method of escape. He stood by with a large hammer, just in case.
Did the Count ever drown or anything? I mean, did he always escape?
Oh, yes, always. Yeah, you see, Frederico died a natural death more than 30 years ago.
But how did he do it? I mean, how could anybody escape hanging upside down in a tank full of water with his hands tied behind his back?
Yes. Aha. Now, we get to the point. You see, my dear Alex, you have been presented with a small amount of information. Now, it is up to you to expand upon it in order to find the Count's method of escape.
There must be more than I think.
Exactly.
How much more?
Ooh, quite a bit, if you stop to think about it. Look, all the information you need is right there. You just have to reshape it. Now, I want you to look at the pictures in the book again, but this time, more carefully.
First, the tank was filled with water.
Filled, yes, but how full?
Right to the top. The Count's hands were tied behind his back. What did you say the attendant used? Rope?
No. A leather thong. You know, like a shoelace.
Then his feet were locked into the wooden grate.
Locked?
Well, I guess they weren't. But those wooden bars sure look sturdy. It looks like some of the water splashed out when he was lowered into the tank.
Very perceptive.
Wait a minute. Doesn't leather stretch when it's wet?
Correct.
Once his hands were free, I'll bet he was able to lift himself up to the top of the tank. But how did he breathe?
Good question, Alex. How did he breathe?
Only fish can breathe underwater. But what about the water that splashed out on the floor?
Precisely.
If some of the water splashed out, the tank wasn't totally full. Then he could breathe if he could get his nose up to the top.
You're absolutely right. Now, how did the Count free his feet from the grate?
The wooden bars on the grate were built side by side, and the Count's feet were stuck between two of the bars, and it looked like he couldn't get them out.
Indeed, it looked like he couldn't. But remember, the Count's feet were placed between two bars.
I get it. That means if he twisted his feet...
You're quite right, Alex. The Count would be free. After climbing out of the tank and replacing the grate to its original position, the amazing Count Frederico would wait behind the partition for perhaps 3 or 4 minutes. The audience, of course, would grow restless and nervous, thinking that he had drowned. But just at the right moment and with perfect timing, Frederico would bound out from behind the curtain and bow victoriously to waves of thunderous applause.
Wow, that's really amazing.
Amazing indeed it was, dear boy. Amazing. And thus his name, the amazing Count Philip Frederico, a master artist of escape. You know, Alex, you did very well. Not many people, even today, know how the Count did it. Expanding information, that's all it takes. You just have to realize that sometimes...
There's more than you think. Even if you have just a little bit of information, you may have more than you think.
Now, let's get back to this business of fortune-telling. What sort of information could you expand upon in order to tell someone more than just some silly story?
So, Alex, how did it go with Professor Pennington this afternoon?
Oh, it was really interesting. He told me about the amazing Count Philip Frederico and all about how there's more than you think there is, and a whole bunch of really neat stuff like that.
And what about your fortune-telling? Are you ready for tonight?
Yes, at least I think I am. If I can use what I learned about Count Frederico's Great Escape, I think I'll be all right.
Count Frederico's Great Escape?
Mom, if there were 3 different ingredients on a square pizza, each on a third, mushrooms, Italian sausage, and anchovies, how can you find the total area of the part that was covered with Italian sausage? The answer has to be in square decimeters. I don't get it.
Just work on it, okay? And I'll be right back.
There must be more than I think.
Exactly.
How much more?
All the information you need is right there. You just have to reshape it.
Reshape it. More than I think. I need the area in square decimeters for the Italian sausage section. That's the middle third. So I need the area of 1/3 of the pizza, but I need it in square decimeters. And all I know is that the pizza is a square with 30 centimeter sides. How do I get square decimeters from centimeter sides? I have it. 10 centimeters equal 1 decimeter. That means each side is really 3 decimeters long. So I can cover my pizza with 9 square decimeters. And that means the area of the middle section with Italian sausage is 1, 2, 3 square decimeters. Or 9 square decimeters times 1/3 equals 3 square decimeters. Got it. It was all there. Aha. Something is appearing. I see. Your name is Sally.
How did you know that?
It's all here in the crystal ball. Aha! I see into your future that you have something to do with sports.
Wow.
Yes, I have it now. Baseball.
Holy cow, really? Amazing.
Yes, amazing. And there's something else. One last something else. Your fortune tells me that in the very near future, you'll have something to smile about. A great big smile.
Thinkabout is supported by state and provincial agencies working through the Agency for Instructional Television. Together, serving education.